What if I were to tell you there is something that means more to our success than our IQ, our intellectual abilities? Research, evidence, science tells us that there is something that means more to our success than our IQ. And that something is our EQ, our emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence means more to our success than our IQ, our intellectual abilities. So what is emotional intelligence? Well, basically, you can break emotional intelligence down into two chunks. The first one is personal emotional competence, and the second one is social emotional competence. But you can't really have social emotional competence if you don't have personal emotional competence. So we're just going to look at this first chunk, personal emotional competence. It too can be broken up into two chunks. Personal emotional competence can be broken up into self-awareness and self-management. You cannot have self-management of things you are not aware of. So we are going to spend time today talking about just that first component of personal emotional competence, which is self-awareness. How aware are we of the kind of mood that we're in? What mood are we in? Does our team walk on eggshells when we come in the morning, wondering what kind of mood we're in? Are we in a good mood? Are we in a bad mood? Or are they free to be able to talk to us however they want, say whatever they want, to be productive? Let me tell you this. If your team walks around on eggshells, that is not productive. It is not going to be as successful as you and your team can be. So you have to be aware of the kind of mood that you are in and the kind of freedom that you are giving your team, the psychological safety you are giving your team because of your mood. So, how do we become aware of our moods and what triggers our moods? Well, research tells us the number one way to know what kind of awareness we have with our own moods inside our own bodies, inside our own heads, is to ask someone who will tell us the truth. That's right. You have to have someone who is willing to tell you the truth. So probably not a subordinate, probably a colleague or somebody even outside of your line of work. What kind of a mood am I in? How aware am I of how I talk to people, of how I address people, of the different avenues that trigger me? You know, do I get hangry when I should be eating? These are the types of things that we can ask others. So, the tip for this week: ask someone you trust who will tell you the truth about your moods and your mood swings and what triggers your moods. They've got to be willing to tell you the truth. They have to be safe to tell you the truth, and then listen to them, because they are revealing a blind spot to you, which is worth its weight in gold if you are leading a team of people. This is Bill Werner, Leadership Made Clear. Please have a great week this week.